September 2nd. After unification, 3:30. You are all in a room, a dark room, and there's a projector playing ahead of you. And the man projected, who's currently bleeding out in the snow, looks back and says, "What is the worth of a man?" Then the character smiles. Is it not the smiles they made along the way? And then you see the actor and this character, slowly let the light go out of their eyes as, the credits start to play. Volca, why did you just type in September 2nd, 1905?
When you said September 2nd, it was the first year that popped in my head. We talked about the Audacity thing, and that was part of it.
Hold on, just doing a quick Google search. September 2nd.
Great way to start
France sent an ultimatum to the Sultan of Morocco demanding an apology and indemnity for the August 22nd arrest of a French merchant. And a powerful gale on Lake Superior in North America sank several ships, killing 35.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Fuyuki thinks this movie was not great. He's not very entertained or amused.
So, was like this guy was dying. Was like doing the. Was the actor in this scene doing the sort of mimetic find a spot to bleed out, kind of bleeding out?
Yeah.
That last scene seemed a little bit overdrawn.
A little contrived, says Jozsua.
Indeed.
Could you? Okay, you looks at Fuyuki. You're more of an expert on people bleeding out than I am, probably.
Oh, I figured you were about to ask that question.
Yeah, how could you live for that long? Well, bleeding that heavily?
Jozsua shakes his head.
Quite a good question. It really depends on where you've been stabbed, but generally in the abdomen like that, I mean, definitely less. Yeah, no. Nah. You wouldn't be conscious or coherent that long after either. I mean, you start losing oxygen in the brain, the body starts shutting down. Your thoughts aren't really delivering a one-liner. They're kind of dark and gray and I mean, I don't really know what people think before they die, but I assume it's probably not looking at the camera one last time and delivering some cheesy bullshit about the worth of a man.
Well, it's a movie.
Also, speak for yourself, Tootie. I'm 100% going out that way.
Okay, well, that's because you're, like, you're different, and he, like, pats you on the shoulder.
How tall is Hordon again?
There's a lot of reaching to pat Hordon on the shoulder. No, it's more like
question.
On the lower arm.
Yeah, genuine question, how tall is he?
I believed I described him as always being too big for the location he's in.
Yeah, he's large.
I don't think there was ever a number put to it. He was just always too big.
Oh, I made Jozsua skinny. Why did I do that? Okay.
I mean, same with
what did I mean by that? Yeah.
How skinny is skinny?
He is 5'10" and 95 pounds. What did I mean by that? Like,
what did you mean by that?
I don't know.
I have the only physical description of Hordon in front of me. Buzz cut and imposing. Hordon doesn't fit in most places, physical or otherwise. That's all we have.
So the reason I asked how big he is because, like, I think that you might live a little bit longer than that guy might have.
Yeah, you've got a lot more blood.
Yeah, that actually matters quite a lot. I'm just gonna retcon now. Jozsua isn't, like, alarmingly thin anymore. He just looks more unremarkable. I can't. Why do I mean that?
You didn't look like a spacer from the series that won't be named.
I didn't look like a fucking skeleton. Good God. Yeah. like from the Skeleton War.
Fuyuki just kind of like shrugs again and is like, I don't know. I mean, he kind of gets a distant expression for a second, and he's just like, all the times I've seen somebody bleed out, it's never really all that dramatic. I mean, you'd think they'd have some profound thing to say, but a friend of mine, we got ambushed. He took a bullet, I didn't, and he just kind of lied there, and there wasn't really anything I could do. I'm not a medic. He just kind of stared at the sky, looked at me, looked down at himself. He said, "Oh, shit." And then that was about it. Fuyuki just shrugs.
Not to make everything about myself, but like I very nearly bled out in the capsule after I shot out, and it wasn't words that was like going through my head. It just sort of.
I'd say silence is a bit more profound than oh shit.
I was screaming. I don't know if that's
okay,
better
never
or
mind.
worse. Yeah.
Emin looks around. He says, "You guys are no fun. It's a movie. Come on, it's within
Sorry.
the themes."
So
No, yeah, that's not. I don't know.
Should we be showing soldiers the mortality of humans?
What do you mean
Yeah.
we? Emin, you chose today's movie.
the library, it wasn't exactly what I was used to, I admit. Personally,
the most
I think
important lesson that any soldier can learn, and that they learn very quickly upon doing ground combat, is that people are made of meat, and they kind of squish. Really,
Which isn't-
brings a
which
whole
you-
perspective to your position and everything, all things considered.
Which isn't just some things you just kind of have to ignore when you do movies. I mean, like that's true. We all know that's true, but like I don't know. That doesn't
that's
make
why
but when acclaimed Jovian actor Ryan Goose does that on like you don't want to see that in a movie. You can't act with that. That's not the point. You need to actually, because I don't know. The point of war movies isn't just to like do a war simulation with a camera.
Why not?
Like, I mean, I guess it can be. That's an option.
I mean,
but like most people,
If the
aren't
average
making movies like that.
person's if the average person's perception of war is this nonsense, he like kind of tosses a hand towards the direction of the projector. It's no wonder they've got such a fucked view about
okay,
all
well,
of it.
I admit the ending was a little bit on the weak side, but the movie overall wasn't that bad.
I've seen
Oh,
better.
I wouldn't say. Well, no one's saying it's bad, Jozsua says, sort of like shooting Fuyuki a look. But, like, it ain't no insert the name of the Jovian equivalent of Battleship Potemkin.
Maybe I'm just not a movie guy.
Actually,
like
Joshua, I'm gonna roll something.
We
real
just
quick.
have that.
No.
Yeah, let's just roll. Let's procedurally generate a Jovian equivalent to Battleship Potemkin. Yeah.
Oh, simple. The Battle of the Rings.
It ain't no Battle of the Ring, but like I don't know. It was a good movie night. I mean,
The
like
book of that
although
was better,
Joshua,
though.
a funny thing about that movie is one of the actors is playing your what's it?
Yeah. Look, he's just sort of hoping no one notices that like one of the main characters in that movie is Yoshua's I think one great grandfather after whom the family got renamed.
Actually,
Oh
wait
god,
a minute.
I could have Yuki say something awful.
Rolling was like, hey, Yusuf, it isn't. You don't happen to be related to that guy in Battle of the Rings, right? Emin says.
Yeah. He just sort of mentally weighs if like Emin is an important enough person for him to tell this or not, and he just sort of goes like, "Yeah, Yusuf Anders is my hold on, where do we find the family tree? Great grandpa, I believe."
Huh.
Forgive me for being uneducated, I suppose. Who was that?
Yusuf Anders? Oh, he was the He was. Oh gosh, what did he do? I actually have like a canon answer to this. We're gonna cut this out in post.
You think there's post?
You think there's cuts?
My ability to edit is very limited, Quix.
And Gomine won't let me edit.
So Anders, he was when you know General Ward. Never mind. So
yeah, that kind of gets a little bit of a blank look.
Yeah, he's just never mind. Basically, the gist of it is that Anders, through his there was a gap in the Jovian lines at the Battle of the Rings, Second Battle of the Rings, and big gap in the Jovian line. The Federals were about to come through it. He took his ship in and just sort of held them off long enough for a reinforcing Jovian corps to turn the battle. He became the first ever person to receive the Hero of the Jovian Union award, and our family name got changed from Anders to son of Yusuf.
Huh.
It was a long time ago.
Next time we could just put on a spunky western and have some fun.
I don't know. I think that even if it was kind of hackneyed at the end, this gave me a little. At least I think there's a little bit to chew on.
It's certainly not.
Oh,
like
really? What is it to chew on?
I don't know.
Go on, I'm
Just
curious.
say it didn't have substance.
The answer that he gave in the film wasn't all that, but like, what is the worth of a man?
Yeah, that's basically my thoughts on it.
Fuyuki just kind of shrugs. I guess. It's something to think about. There's a million other things you could think about, though, that are significantly more interesting.
What do you think the worth of a man is, Fuyuki?
Does it matter what I think?
Yeah.
Why? Why does it matter what I think?
I mean,
well, you're kind of in. Well, Comrade Captain, you're kind of in charge of the lives of. He gestures about the room. These 4 men
and a woman
and
Why?
one woman
and 1 woman. I'm speaking. He actually no. Yozsua he does say these 4 men. He say including and then because he's because of the culture in which he was born. What do you think we're worth?
You're good pilots, so worth a good bit, I'd say. And you haven't fragged me yet.
Yozsua is like
thanks.
trying to lead. Yozsua is like a bit too transparently trying to lead. Anything else about us that makes us valuable?
You're my friends? Comrades?
Emet turns
So-
to
I don't-
Emet and says, "Hey,
So would you?
hey, Emet."
Yeah.
And Emet looks at you. We're comrades.
How about that?
Speaking of, did you guys' warrants ever arrive?
Like a rest?
No, like your warrant, like your commissioning warrant.
Fuyuki looks very glad that we've changed the topic.
Where do I get my mail?
You get it from the detachment deputy for politics. Oh fuck, that's me. No, they haven't arrived. Never mind.
Well, okay. My next question was going to be, who is the detachment deputy for politics? But that's answered now. Thank you.
Yeah, no. They've just been sort of churning out at brigade. You're still legally prisoners of war right now. They're working on it.
Lovely.
Well,
I think I could have actually gone without knowing that.
Well, it's only in a legal sense.
What about in illegal sense?
In an illegal sense, well, I think they'd probably call you terrorists.
Whoa.
Emet,
But as long as you keep your distinctive insignia on, though, you should be fine. Should be.
don't worry. If anyone tries to mess with you, I'll beat them up.
So my question is, what is the distinctive insignia of too, Rafa, like out of character, what is the distinctive insignia?
Oh, one sec. It
Was it the
is. Oh, this was so long ago.
Yeah, I remember Perry and
Yeah,
I made
no,
one, and then
yeah,
you made
yeah.
one, and everyone liked yours better, and I was mad about it forever.
I'm
and I'll never
sorry.
I'm
I'm
joking.
sorry.
I'm just a joke.
Graphic design is my passion. This is the squadron insignia.
Mine had a cat and a scythe on it, and it was really cool.
It was,
So-
but it lost the vote.
For our audience, it's a rondel with a red rim, black core, with a ghost on it shooting red lightning bolts out of his hand.
It's a spooky ghost too. It's like it's bedsheet ghost.
It's a bedsheet ghost, yeah.
It with the inscription 96 IVA Walker Frame Squadron, Danny's Phantoms.
So about the distinctive insignia, I suppose you're maintaining that in Markovic's honor. I guess.
I guess. We can come up with
Yeah.
a new one.
Danny is a little, certainly an informal way to regard a witness of the revolution, but kind of
Personally,
feels
I
wrong
think
to
we should
change
come.
it.
Personally, I think we should come up with a new one.
Do you have anything in mind?
If it has scythes, then I say we requisition scythes from whoever our people is.
This is how I.
Do you have somebody who makes scythes?
No.
We got someone to
Oh.
make my axe. Okay, here, I got it. Hordon, I know what to do. We gotta just go out there, capture some more blue walker frames, bring them
Okay.
back, drop them on the deck, and say, give us scythes. I mean, I did that with an axe and it worked.
We kind of need those blue walker frames for, like, reactor parts.
Okay, I have a
Later.
better
The
idea.
reactor parts, and we can take the metal parts to make sides. Anyway, Hordon, how did you know that I was gonna? How did you know that it was something? Did I show you that?
We
like,
talk
starts
all the
taking
time.
He starts taking a notebook out of his bag, and fuck it, why not? Where's the where's the one I made before? Where is it? So I can properly describe it.
And realistically, we just need a metal stick and then a spear. But instead of it being efficient like a spear, we rotate the laser sword 90 degrees. It doesn't have to look good. It just has to pass like the 500-meter rule. It has to look like a scythe from 500 meters.
Exactly.
This is going to somehow come down to being my job, isn't it?
I mean,
Hold on, I got a drawing. I'll show you.
Whoa.
I just gotta find where the fuck.
however, to be a pedant, actually, in a distinct legal sense, our distinctive insignia is the core one. He says, tapping the, like, red globe.
Okay, but like for us specifically.
I hate to be the one to tell you this, but regardless of if it's a ghost or a clown or whatever it may
It's
be,
not a clown, it's a cat. This is clearly a cat.
I'm saying whatever it may be.
Okay, well, I'm showing you the image and putting it in your face, and you can see
It
that
actually
it's a cat,
is
so
not
there's no
legally
point.
binding, which means if you don't like the squadron insignia and don't wear it, you still are entitled to, like,
Wait.
privileges of POW.
Can we all have our own?
So we can just like wear whatever squadron insignia we want?
There's no rules?
No, well, I mean, you can wear whatever squadron insignia you want, and a lot of people do carry the squadron insignia of, like, previous outfits, but, like, we vote on the squadron insignia.
For the sake of all the people who have to make the stencils and spray them onto your walker frames after every battle, please, let's agree on just one.
I need some
you
like
my
cardstock and a X-Acto knife or razor knife. Like,
Well, there's
it
a
won't
lot
be
of
that
other
bad.
people in the squadron other than us. They get a say too.
Alright, well, pitch it to them.
I think we should stay with Ghost.
Well, I disagree with you, and I'm Comrade Captain. And he smiles.
Not
Don't
how that works.
you people vote on this sort of thing?
Well, that's what I was
We
about
do.
to say.
We do actually. He says, like, looking Fuyuki directly in the eyes. The
Yeah, I know we
whole
vote.
squadron votes on it.
Oh, I'm very aware that we vote. I'm just, you so graciously reminded me of my rank, so,
I will say,
Comrade Captain, in my function as the detachment's deputy commander for politics, I will bring it up at the next political conference of the squadron on Saturday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I
So,
know
like,
you
did the
said
temper-
we. Oh, go
The
ahead.
temperature in the room just went down by like 10 degrees, right?
Oh, yeah, no.
Maybe like 5.
Fuyuki is being silly. I mean, he does. Okay, Fuyuki genuinely thinks that his insignia idea is cool, and if he had his way, we would be Void Cats. However, also there's like another little part of Fuyuki that wants this because he wants to be the big name ace pilot, but that's a darker part at Fuyuki's heart, so don't worry about that.
Yeah,
But he is mostly just kind of being silly and fucking around.
Now that
at
he's
this
like,
point.
what if he's sort of like, what if I was the new Markovic? Yeah.
JD, Horde would pull you aside and just give you the reminder: you can't be a tyrant and an asshole. You got to pick one.
Was that to Fuyuki?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, I was just joking.
I'm just saying, like, you could push for the no voting part, but people got to really like you first.
Yeah,
And
I
if
know.
you start,
I mean,
especially
honestly,
with the Deadpool's the one that really fighting against, that's going to be hard.
no, that's right. I mean, again, I'm fine with voting. I'll just make my case for it. And he smiles.
I think our symbol should have a snake.
Well, if you look at the cat's tail, it kind of looks like a snake.
Okay, so are they like actually whispering to each other, or is this just like
if they are
Manticore.
on the other side of the room, like Emmett is asking about how the hand is doing.
Oh, he said, Jozsua, I always assumed that like phantom pain was like a metaphor. No, it's a real bitch. It hurts much of the time, almost every day. But I'm getting a lot better with the actual prosthetic. And actually, like, it's so weird. I don't know if I'm going to describe this right. Just sort of seeing the prosthetic out of the corner of my eye, just sort of, and like having the weight and just having something be there actually helps the phantom pain quite a lot.
Is it
though it's kind of
true?
heavy.
I heard that like your brain gets fooled into thinking it's your flesh and blood hand, and sometimes you feel like your brain acts like it's feeling sensation from it. Is that true?
I don't think so. It's a little bit too heavy. Like for I think the like illusion to sort of like work like that. I haven't had anything yet, but it's only been a few months. And honestly, I I sleep with it off. I go like probably half the day without it on just because it's really heavy. So I don't know. Maybe I just don't have it on enough to get like phantom sensation. But like the phantom pain from the missing, like it's right now, like as we speak, he like unhooks the prosthetic and like shows the like hand, which has like healed quite well, but fingers don't grow back. My middle and ring finger, he says, like holding up his hand that doesn't have a middle or ring finger, hurts so bad. Like it's actually kind of distracting. But like as you can plainly see, they don't exist anymore. He like puts the prosthetic back on and then like pulls the glove over it. So he's like, so that's a real, I didn't, it's a real painful metaphor.
Well, I can only hope that you're able to eventually stop having all that hurt.
Hope so too. I don't know.
I'm glad at least I'm at least glad that the prosthetic is working out.
It does work, and it's actually way more, despite the weight, it's actually really I can get a lot more, I don't know, utility and range of movement than like I thought I would. It's actually pretty delicate. You did good work on it.
Thanks.
In fact,
it's the least I could do.
I don't know. If I was back home in the Jovian Union, I'd probably just get a hook.
Really?
Well, I mean, no, but like I don't know like the words for it, but like it's sort of a it's actually sort of like two little pincers and there's sort of a spring with the elbow that makes them open and close. It's really perfunctory and it doesn't actually it like works. It works just as well as this does. It just doesn't look like a hand. And it's actually the fact that it looks like a hand is that's what helps the phantom pain. Is that I'm not getting the sort of I guess I'm not getting sort of like the difference between what looks like it is and what it actually is. So, I don't know. It is heavy, though.
Well, I'm sure that's something that can be worked on, I'm sure.
Maybe it's just perceived. It's been kind of a crash course in he's just sort of like, he starts doing the thing where like he rotates his wrist, which makes the fingers open and close. It's really been kind of a crash course on the difference between what seems to be he turns it closing his fingers into a fist and what actually is.
I have a question for comrade director.
I may have an answer.
Where are we right now? Like, spatially?
Oh, yeah. Geographically, good question. Yeah.
Oh, that's.
Is it geographic? Is that the right word?
Astrographically,
but we cannot have this debate again. I'm gonna fucking lose it. No.
Don't worry about it. Anyways, where you are.
Next, you're gonna be asking me to give you fucking coordinates, and the best part is I can give you coordinates.
The thing is, you don't need to, because you are...
Hey, Director, what are the precise orbital characteristics, including period, apogee, and perigee of the orbit that the Bienio Rosso is in right now?
I'm going to arrest you for counter-revolutionary activity.
Sorry.
Anyways, to answer your question, you are currently in Republican space. And let's see what ring, the Mamuro ring, right before it turns into the Toyo ring. You are preparing for the assault on Fort Wilson, one of the last really big strong points in federally controlled Saturn.
Bozos.
And you are not working with the Cronian Red Army today. You're working with the
Oh, we're not working with War Crimes McGee?
Oh, no. I have...
Sad. I miss them. Bring them back.
You're working with the Popular Army of the Republic of Saturn.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, yay!
Uh-oh.
Specifically, the Gubernatorial Guard. Who follow a man more popularly known as the Bandit King.
Is like a guy called the Bandit King, is he like cool with like, is he like normal or is he like a character?
He's a character.
Asking for those in the audience who may not have been privy to all of our various warlord discussions.
Here's a fresh-faced, uneducated young man about to ask an interesting question that we can get some answers to. So I know we've been around Par's forces for a little bit now, but frankly, I don't know much about the Bandit King aside from, well, his name isn't too friendly sounding. Jozsua, what's his deal?
Well, he sort of looks over at Fuyuki for backup, as he does for anything Jovian related.
You mean Cronian related?
I did mean Cronian related.
Freudian slip.
At least it isn't a mobile suit.
It will be. Right. Don't worry. You won't have to wait much longer. He's one of the... Oh, geez. How to put this? The Periphery Alliance is a big tent. He's one of the guys standing near the wall of the tent, trying to get out. Well, not trying to get out, but perhaps not always going the same direction as the rest of us in it.
He's certainly a guy, Fuyuki says and smiles.
This... I would like to believe that... I'd like to believe that he's actually going to be a lot better than the, previous, let's call them unpredictable factions that we've had to work with previously on this deployment. But
Okay.
I really doubt that's going to be the case.
I also doubt that'll be the case, but that sounds like fun.
I wouldn't call it fun, but, it'll be interesting.
That's okay, I would.
Well, let's just perhaps we should refrain from judgment until we actually have to interact with these folks.
Indeed.
But the Bandit King, well, let's just say my prediction is that his reputation, that Mr. Comrade Nathan's reputation precedes him.
I suppose.
Not a socialist. At least not that I checked.
More or less war crimes than the Cronians?
Well, he is a Cronian.
Which Cronian?
Yeah.
Yeah, which Cronians?
Which Cronians? Me specifically, me personally, my war crimes?
The ones we were just fighting with, I thought?
Oh,
No,
definitely
I know what you meant.
like...
Less war crimes?
He's more normal crimes, actually.
I like normal crimes. Normal crimes are cool.
But against, civilians? Emin says?
Also,
I mean, what are most civil crimes? Like, if I steal candy from a baby, that's civil, right?
He's definitely more of a, cooking the books crimes guy than a, cooking the babies crimes guy.
Okay,
That's an
actually cool as hell.
improvement,
That's a new one?
right?
It's a
That's
new
an
one.
improvement, right?
But it's certainly an improvement, but he's Witteran's #1 enemy, which which would be a plus in most reasonable people's books. But I don't want to interact with him. I really hope we don't meet him.
If you own the books, you should be able to write in them however you want.
That's so true. He's got a point.
That sounds
Corrupt.
like a terrible thing to say. If I were in charge of taking your tax money, you'd want to know how much I'm taking and what I'm spending it on, right?
I mean,
That's
yeah.
exactly-
in
you wouldn't get my
sincerity,
tax
true,
money.
But...
Right, but imagine, imagine you're saying that it's a good thing and totally fine for this guy to be able to do that to other people's tax money.
I don't think he's saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying it's preferable to the alternative. He says, looking at Little John while please take this out that I'm giving you.
I don't believe in money.
Well, none of us believe in money. Present company
So,
excluded. He says.
How can they be?
Emet.
How can it be an economic crime if economics don't exist?
Well, economics does exist. Economics isn't money. You need to pay better attention at my political.
So
lectures.
imagine that
sleep
he's
through them.
imagine
Yes,
that he's
you do.
cooking the books on where the ore that you've mined is going, and he's taking some of it to
Or-
sell off to foreigners.
Which I don't know. He's a very good general, but he's a very bad governor.
You'd want to know where the ore that you mined or the food that you farm goes, right?
Or where
Right,
it's
Little John?
coming from.
There's a reason I believe in is it horizontal monopolies? If I'm mining stuff, I should also be selling it at the market.
Well, what if you're
That's
not,
vertical
What if
integration.
what if you're not mining it, but just sort of let's just call it acquiring it, and also taking some of that metal you're mining and shaping it into crowns for yourself, literal crowns. He actually calls himself the Emperor. He actually resents the title Bandit King.
Wait. I thought it
Emperor.
was that he like the papers called him the Bandit King, and then as a joke, he just sort of started calling himself that. And
Well, he calls himself that like ironically, and he calls himself that for branding, but like he signs his orders, His Majesty the Emperor.
That's hilarious. I should start doing that.
I don't.
I have
think
an
that's
issue
a
with
good
this
idea.
I
because
think it's a great idea.
I feel like if you
becoming-
don't own the territory to be an emperor, like you have to be in charge of other kings, don't you? You can't just call yourself emperor.
Fuck, fine. Okay. He points
Historically
at Hordon.
speaking,
He points at Hordon. He points at Jozsua. He points at Emet, and he points at Emet. He says, "Okay, you guys are all kings now. Congrats on the promotion. I am now Comrade Emperor."
the thing is, I think he'd love being called Comrade Emperor, even though he isn't a red.
Fuyuki is very clearly being deeply unserious, by the way.
Well, he's
Right.
Well-
Emet looks sort of. We've got watches, right? You know.
Yes.
we as flight personnel, we do not have to stand watch.
No. I mean watches. That
Oh,
tell time.
like timepieces.
Of course,
we do
naturally.
have those.
I
may be
do. I
stupid.
still have my like. Do I still have my fucking Casio from Federal Service?
Probably those batteries last a while.
Don't
You'd
expect
probably be able to find replacements, but like it probably still works just fine.
Actually, no. In Saturn, I imagine you can find replacements. There's plenty of those floating around.
Actually,
Yeah, it's not hard to get.
Federal
It's 1982.
Federal standard issue watch parts.
Yeah, you can buy that on the black market anywhere because soldiers are
let's
definitely
not
selling them.
Forget that canonically Quix is stupid
So,
and sleep deprived. That's more important right now, actually.
I've got this is the type of watch that Emet has. This is a watch from 1980. It is the Casio C80. It's a calculator watch.
Nerd.
Well, you use it for doing, burn calculations in spaceflight, obviously.
Yes,
That's what the piece of paper in the cockpit is for. Come on.
piece of paper.
Oh,
isn't
the
great
knee
for-
boards! Don't remove my knee boards!
Yeah, the knee boards. We need those.
It's crazy how
Also-
Casio watches look the exact same as they did in the 1980s. They have not changed
Yeah.
at all.
Because they figured it out in the 1980s, and there's nothing. Watch is fine. No need addition.
It's
I
the Oreos of
I
watches.
will say, it would be more impressive if your Casio was clockwork.
A
See, I thought about-
mechanical computer Casio, that would be so big. But it could probably be done, technically speaking.
With modern manufacturing techniques, you could certainly make a mechanical calculator wristwatch, but we don't have those in
It would
tests.
be hard to do without additive manufacturing.
Yeah.
Lightning is physics, so all computers are physical, mechanical computers.
Sure.
Galaxy brain take.
I love how every now and then, like, Hordon and Volca and Hordon, like, fuse into actually and become the same person for a moment. Love when that
I'm not
happens.
sure what possessed me to make Fuyuki so deeply unserious at
Wait,
the moment.
did you
but
just
know
change
what?
your
We're
nickname to
rolling with
Emperor?
it. Yes, I did.
I also abbreviated king
Because
down by one
Fuyuki's a
letter.
child.
Yeah, exactly. Friendly reminder that Fuyuki is 17.
Nobody knows
the
that Emet
campaign
is
has
17.
lasted for 9 months. Statistically speaking, he's not 17 anymore.
Jozsua, Fuyuki is becoming a Basha in real time.
Oh no, he's like, Fuyuki, back home we actually have like kind of a big culture of making sure officers don't let their rank go to their head.
It hasn't gone in my head. I honestly could
really,
care
Your
less.
Majesty. Really, Your Majesty.
I keep telling you people, you don't have to like call me sir or comrade captain or whatever.
I mean, we kind of do have to call you Comrade Captain. That one kind of
Okay,
matters.
well, I guess that I don't care. Look, jokes aside, don't
No.
call me emperor. I'm not trying to grab for power or whatever the
I'm
fuck.
certainly not going to call you the Emperor ironically in front of actual Nathanist troops.
Joshua,
yeah, no, I
we could
wasn't-
use a
You know what you all ought to be reaching for?
The remote? Emin turns out the projector.
Also some tools. If we're going to be engaging in combat operations at some point in the near future. We should make sure everybody's walker frames are good to go.
That is a good point.
Yeah, we're flush with a lot of the basic stuff right now. Just the Blues are leaving a lot of stuff behind.
Actually,
we're taking over, but
Jozsua, roll me keen politics.
oh no. Keen is 3, politics is 4. Oh, I'm fine. I'm basically fine.
I'll give you a +1.
Woo! Great. Because I rolled an 8. 1 success.
1 success. Well, you're flush for supplies for now. From what you can tell, the ultimatum of inspections on ships going out of the Jovian Union has spooked the presidency.
So we're flush for now on especially all the basic stuff, but we may be doing without a lot of heavy equipment for the while on account of people are kind of back home are really worried about what exactly the Comrade General Secretary meant by, like, seizure and inspection of Jovian merchant vessels heading to Saturn. So, especially the complicated stuff, the big stuff, especially reactor things, we may be without for quite some time.
What the hell does moral equivalent of war even mean? Emin says.
I don't know. Moral, like, cause I don't know. It's like that can. I don't know. Moral equivalent of war. Not to be crass, it just kind of sounds like loser talk. That's not the type of things someone says if they're winning the war and are really confident with how it's gonna turn out.
Indeed.
And, like, I don't know. Let's be honest. It's like Babylon over there, you know, not Babylon. It's like Nineveh over there. Its fall is inevitable, but great and disastrous will be the fall thereof.
Isn't there, like, already riots on Ceres because of the draft?
Yep. And probably a dozen other places that we don't even know about yet. The draft has always been extremely unpopular everywhere outside of the Jovian Union, and even then, historically, depending on your place and time. Opinions vary. I don't know. I think they're just sort of accelerating their doom spiral. Things don't look good for them at this point, which, you know, Nineveh. It was a better place without... The world was a better place without it, but it took a lot of suffering for it to go away.
That's how these things always go, aren't they?
Yep.
Whole lot of suffering for at least a better outcome. Anyway, Emet, speaking of tools and walker frames and fixing them, there's a issue with the calibration in my walker frame's left wrist. It's not as snappy as I'm used to it being. You think you could maybe take a look at it? I might have gotten maybe something jammed in there, or maybe it's something with the computer system. I don't... I know the basics of how they work, but not really anything beyond that.
I can take a look. How long before we're scheduled for any flights or patrols?
This is something Yozsua would know.
You're going into a combat zone today. Whether or not you actually encounter something while on your advance to Point Cyrenaica, who really knows?
It's more like how many hours?
Oh, hours? You got at least 6 before you even get close to a combat zone.
Yeah, I should have time.
Wonderful.
I've probably got something up at Squadron to do intelligence briefings or something. I'll bring you the details if I can share any.
Alrighty, I have a question. Hordon. Now that everyone's leaving from movie night, what are you gonna go do?
You know, Hordon usually bothers Run about this time, but he figures Run might actually be getting annoyed by that because every bored moment that Hordon has is spent near him. Hordon might actually tag along over into the hangar and just throw useless one-liners at Emet while they try to
Do
fix
actual work.
whatever the hell's wrong with Fuyuki.
Yeah, he'll be supervising. Obviously.
As a little
Hordon's
sergeant,
really good
it
at
is part
supervising.
of his duties as a senior NCO. Sorry, just an NCO. You're not senior.
It's very funny that technically Emmett has no rank right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, hey, you can be king, and then I can be emperor, and it all works out.
Yeah, where does king rank equivalent to?
Little sergeant, apparently.
Yeah.
In the IPA? Yeah, maybe. Gotta be more creative
The
than
king of
to break
communism.
into the officer. Yeah.
Hi, I'm the king of communism.
I mean, that's kind of Nathan's deal. Emperor of communism, I guess, but
Emperor of communism, king of potato peelers.
Comrade
he's
emperor.
an interesting guy. Comrade Emperor, very much so.
Just to remind you, when it comes to the future, his full title will be Emperor of the Republic, just to make things extra confusing.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Napoleon?
Also that.
Is that you?
Napoleon? Kind of.
Yes, actually.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh, so he's not kidding when he calls them his line regiments.
Nope.
He's gonna send
And
in
it-
the
well, it's
old
like-
guard after you, and they're gonna
Well, also
kill
it's
you.
it's like Nathanism,
Having the balls
Nathanism
to,
isn't an ideology, it's
was about
it's
to say-
a procedure.
to name an ideology after yourself.
He coined the term himself because he's that kind of guy.
Hey guys, welcome to Fuyukiism.
Is that where you kill people and then die?
Fuck yeah!
you die?
Except maybe not die.
No, you die for the revolution, and then your soul immediately goes to heaven because you are a martyr. That's how this
No,
works.
you die for
Yes,
the revolution,
that's
and
true.
then you're immediately reborn, so you can just kill and die for all eternity. I think Fuyuki might start a new religion.
I think Fuyuki
Like a
is a
pro
cornate
some-
cultist.
Or like a pro samsara like Buddhist heretic.
Yeah, see, what you have to do is you have to kill. You have to kill so many people that heaven rejects you, then you're reborn and you can kill even more people.
So how about that hanger?
Oh yeah.
So what in the wrist is bothering you again?
Yeah.
Let's get this thing opened up, just smash cut to the hanger. The wrist of the Don is like, I imagine, there's a couple of bolts undone, and it basically is the wrist cowling is like rotated backward,
Yeah.
and Emmett's got is like elbow deep in some of the mechanical linkages inside the Don.
Well,
Fuyuki's kind of like hovering over his shoulder, trying to like see what's in there.
Emet, I would like you to roll me tact engineering with a +3.
All right.
I have a question. Is engineering a skill 5 for you?
Yes, it is. So I'm going to be rolling this twice at +3.
Yeah. So what do you get first, just to see if it's worse or better?
Well, first I get, let's see, my tact engineer is a 9. +3 is a 12. So first roll is, let's see, total of 9 for 3 successes. No, 4 successes if I'm doing my math right. Got a handy roll calculator here that tells me what the result is. Yes, 4. The second roll is 6 successes.
You're just going to hope Fuyuki didn't notice that you were stalling, not sure what to look at, as you're looking inside this wrist, and you see it is perfectly fine. Like,
Are you sure that it's not like an issue with the controls in the cockpit itself?
Well,
delay
that's
from
what I
there.
was thinking. It might be something to do with the computer's calibration. I ran the calibration sequence like twice and it didn't fix anything, but I could have sworn it
Yeah,
was working better the other day.
well,
So could
the
be
calibration
related?
definitely wouldn't fix anything in here because there's nothing wrong.
It's actually
Yeah.
looks in spick span's shape. The mechanics did a really good job on the Don.
Let's go look at the first the primary control linkages in the cockpit, and then if those turn out fine, we're gonna go to the relays, and those should be in the rear lower torso.
Gotcha.
Can
Fuyuki
you
will
go
just sort of.
pop it so I can get into the guts of the control linkages in the cockpit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fuyuki will sort of kick off the catwalk, open up the cockpit, and just kind of like pull himself inside. You need this on? You need this off?
Having power on would be useful.
All right. He sort of taps away at a few buttons, and then with a sort of low mechanical growl, the light flickers in the Don's optic eye. Or eyes. It's not a mono eye, is it? I forgot.
It has a Gundam face.
Eyes just
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
It's eyes
it's more of a
flicker.
visor, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's a Gundam.
sorry. I should not have spoken.
Don't ask me to describe what the mech looks like.
Humanoid and
Just
robotic.
don't scratch the paint, he says very clearly as a joke.
Mm-hmm.
The paint is already kind of scratched.
Like super scratched, actually. Yeah.
Because, yeah, it's like he's not gonna repaint this shit
Well,
every single time he fights.
as the power starts coming on, Emet is going to close down this the wrists and bolt everything back into place with probably an air gun, and then start making it like Does anybody know like how like probably 6 years ago at this point, or more, there was this VR game like Lone Echo or something like that, where you maneuver around a zero gravity space station in full VR. And I imagine it's a lot like playing that, where you move by he's moving by basically taking handholds and sort of like smoothly transitioning his way across the body of the
thing
Don.
is about it is additionally, so a really unique circumstances that you're trying to come to terms with is because these are Jovian Walker frames, you have mag boots. So normally,
I can't just walk on the outside of them.
No, you
but
can't,
not
because it's ceramic armor.
Yep. Yeah. Normally, Emet would just walk up the side of like walk up the thing's leg, but he can't do that here. So he's basically grabbing and moving himself with his hands like they do on the ISS, like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuyuki just kind of leans out from the cockpit and like reaches a hand out to grab Emet and pull him inside.
All right, let's see what we're working with here. I don't see any visible malfunctions or damage from the jump. Emet says, sort of surveying the interior of the cockpit.
He's just kind of nodding along. How cramped are these cockpits?
These aren't very big machines.
Yeah, no, I mean, but Fuyuki is like a little guy.
Like,
That's
it would
true.
be like fitting two people into the driver's seat of a car. Like, it's not
I would think actually no
physically possible, but it's kind of,
Well, the thing is, you have enough space to imagine. Going back to the car metaphor, is it's pilot style seating, but there is that rest at your side in the middle between you and the passenger seat. The passenger
side
seat
console.
Yeah, no. What I'm trying to say is you have about enough room, if that wasn't there, to have two people sitting uncomfortably. So if you scooch over and stand up a little bit, he can take a look. But like you are literally rubbing shoulders right now.
Fuyuki will scooch over then.
Well, Emmett's gonna start poking around.
With his feet popped up on an ammo crate, laying back, A possibly simpler solution. Sometimes I get my lefts and rights mixed up, and when I'm looking at the machine and I say left, it's the machine's right. Any chance you got the wrong arm?
Pretty sure it's the right arm.
It's the right one or the left one? Or the right
The
arm?
right one. It's the right one.
Like, correct?
Mm-hmm. And right. Side of the body. You weren't from a military background, right? Where'd you learn all this stuff? Just with the blues? Or
You pick things up.
he just kind of nods. Yeah. I used to watch the mechanics work on my old walker frame. Because I didn't really have much else to do. It was either that, or I go write, or I go read, or I go pretend to put up with people being drunk. They don't really let me watch them work on this one.
Yeah,
And I've
well,
been busy. He just kind of shrugs.
in my case, fixing things like this was, it's not a new feature of my life. Probably been doing this longer than you've been in uniform, if I had to guess.
Oh, really? I mean, not surprised, honestly. Anybody who lives in space has to know how to fix up the place that they call home, so not that big of a surprise. Though, I guess the lines blur a bit between how long I've been fighting and how long I've been in uniform.
You hear a knock on the cockpit door. Comrade Captain, are you in here?
Uh-huh.
You see Sergeant Ratana, one of your mechanics. And she looks at you and then at Emet. Is something the matter, Comrade Captain?
Yeah, there's a weird issue with the reaction time on this thing's right wrist. I didn't want to bother anyone, and Emmett said he wanted to take a look at it anyway, so letting him figure it out.
Comrade Leap doesn't have the authorization to work on this machine.
Yes, he does. Or she does.
I told him he could. That counts.
Comrade Captain, you don't have the authorization to give that kind of permission.
I mean, he could work on anybody else's walker frame, couldn't he? What's so special about this one?
Well, it's a brand new model. Part of the conditions of getting this was that only mechanics with permissions were allowed to look into it. Something about top secret technology.
All right, well, whatever. If you're gonna make a fuss about it, listen. Check the control linkages in here, and then if you don't find anything, I guess the relays. You know where they are, right? And it's basically just handing over his notes. He's like, clearly this is not a winning argument.
Yeah, I think Fuyuki looks like he wanted to put up a fight, but like when Emmett's just kind of handing over his notes to the mechanic, he just kind of goes quiet.
Oh, you see Hordon's head pop up in the next to our mechanics in the cockpit hole. There a problem?
No, it's fine.
You sure, Captain?
He just kind of shrugs. Yeah, it's fine.
All right, and just if you have a problem, let me know.
You're good at solving them. I am aware. He smiles.
I the mechanic suspiciously as I move back down from the walker frame.
I'm saying I'll kill this guy for you.
No. We'll just take their lunch money and lock them in a locker.
See, that's the important thing you need to understand, Jozsua. When Hordon says he'll solve the problem, that's what he means. When Fuyuki says he'll solve the problem,
that's true. That's the difference.
Someone's getting their throat slit in their sleep.
When Emmett says he'll solve a problem, it means he's gonna go figure out what paperwork he's supposed to be doing.
You know,
Wow. normal,
Emet,
lame.
you would make a great Jovian with an attitude like that.
I mean, he doesn't like paperwork problems. He prefers hardware problems where you can solve them with a wrench. But like sometimes the problems are paperwork and not hardware.
Heresy.
As Fuyuki is kind of, leaving the cockpit and like sort of pulling Emet along with him, he like kind of stretches, like to to what's the word? Like stretching after being in the cramped environment, and then like kind of leans over to whisper in Emmett's ear. That was weird, right? That was weird.
The Don is, what, more than 30 years old?
Mm-hmm. You want to sneak into the hangar when they're off shift?
Well,
Actually,
I want to know what's up.
Emet, you look around and you do notice that the gray Zhivkov has just been sitting there for weeks now. No one really goes near it. It is, in fact, in the room.
It's in the room but unattended, he said?
Yes.
Well, you know what? I think I can find it a perfectly interesting diversion while they're doing propellant tank sealant tests on the Thornburn.
Okay,
He sort
but
of later.
my offer still stands. I'll come find you. I know when their shifts are.
Emet is gonna, I think, sort of, put a hand up and sort of push himself off of some railing or something to change his course to float over toward the Zhivkov. The Zhivkov, rather. I pronounced that wrong the first time.
Fuyuki is watching.
So
he sort of like takes a minute and then he follows.
So your approach is just just straight go for it and hope no one notices.
I mean, like he's gonna look around first and make sure no one is looking, and then figure out the the most efficient path to get there after that.
Keen awareness, please.
Sure. Keen awareness is gonna be an 8. That is 2 successes.
So you do see some mechanics keeping an eye on it, but not all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you do notice Warrant Officer Isa, call sign Heartbreaker, does tend to look at it quite often.
Okay.
But otherwise, you can, in fact, make your way on over without being noticed.
Then I will do that.
And I presume you pretty much get in quickly, then shut the cockpit pretty quickly.
I mean, yeah, let's see what makes, sure, why not,
Wow, I guess Fuyuki doesn't get to watch. I see how it is.
Sounds like we're doing a bit of crime.
Fuyuki's gonna also try to sneak in there. If you don't want him to, we don't have to.
That's your prerogative. Right now, this thing is, well, first of all, it's a famous machine. It's, but also it's just been left sitting here, and I want to. That's fascinating. So Emet is gonna,
I think he's gonna try to like grab on to Emet as he like, flies in there and like pull himself in there as well, because he's being nosy. And he's also bored out of his mind.
The first thing the two of you notice when you get inside this cockpit is how much more spacious it seems. Instead of the little compartment that sits in between the 2 car seats plus a singular driver's seat, it's more like 2 full car seats.
Wow. But like in the back seat, right?
No, not like a back seat situation. It's bench style. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it's like the driver's side and the middle seat of the back bench, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot bigger in here.
Well, I guess they splash out for aces.
Oh, and you're saying I'm not an ace?
Or maybe
Are you?
Or maybe the fact that it's a completely different make.
He like smiling, but he's like, yeah, did you not notice the marks on my walker frame shoulder?
Well, it could have fooled
I'm an
me.
ace. Wow, okay.
Bruh.
He rolls his eyes.
Relax.
Am I that bad of a pilot?
Well, he looks down at the console. You're no Markovic.
Fuyuki's, like, the camera, I think, sees Fuyuki's smile fade for a second, and there is a flicker of something bitter in his expression. But then he just sort of snaps out of it, and he's like, yeah, well, not yet.
That's the attitude.
Exactly.
All right, let's see what makes this thing tick, huh?
Yeah, shall we?
You boot it up. Wait one. Ooh. The first thing that opens up on the screen is, hello, Daniel.
Well, that's is that a personalized message for the startup sequence?
You know, there was this
Is
one
there-
time. Oh,
Go ahead.
there's this one time where someone put a bomb in Markovic's cockpit, and I climbed in here to see what was up, and the cockpit screen had a warning on it. I don't remember exactly what the like out of character. I don't remember exactly what the message said.
Is something to the effect of "Get out now"?
Yeah.
Well,
It
that's
said "Get out now."
that's quite something.
Never said
is there-
anything to
is
anyone about it because I didn't think they'd believe me.
Is there like an input keyboard anywhere in here?
There is. You remember, because Jovians, you pull out a mechanical keyboard. It's none of this shit's touchscreen.
Of course, I was expecting a mechanical keyboard. Yes. So taka 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 taka. Hello.
You see in the clock, good afternoon. It has just turned to PM. It says, good afternoon, comrade Colonel.
That's odd.
I guess.
Then the next question is, what is the state of the squadron? I haven't been booted up in a few weeks now.
Oh my.
Oh my god. Well, either Markovic had the weirdest personalized script running on his machine, or...
I mean, I've seen movies about this kind of thing. Do you think it's, like, alive?
That's crazy. He
no.
reaches over and, because he's Fuyuki, just kind of like pushes Emet's hand out of the way and just types, "Are you alive?" and sends it.
You see, immediately, I beg your pardon?
I'm telling you, this has gotta be some kind of like weird personalized script or something,
But
like
what if it is
like a search engine but complicated?
What's a search engine?
Oh, we don't have those? I thought we had those.
No.
Like
I think
What's
we
the
have like database research tools,
There's
but
the-
those are
Yeah.
those aren't search engines. They're not the same.
Sorry, my bad.
And it's
like
mechanical retrieval.
Like
Real
one of those
real.
things you use to
You get
retrieve
microfilm
data.
and you like it.
Like one of those things you use to like retrieve data, but like
No,
personalized weirdly.
This is formulating responses to our responses.
That's so weird.
Are you going
it
to
asks
tell it?
it asks a question. What is your favorite song?
You should tell it. And
Like-
or I'll tell it.
Like me, or what I think Martin, or not Martin. Fuck!
Martin
Kill
Vick?
me! No! I can't do that! I can't do that! I can't do that!
Daniel Martin in the 4Kids dub of Tiss.
Daniel Martin! God, I gotta tell Perry. He's gonna kill me. Anyway, it's completely unrelated, and I will not mention it further.
Listen, if this thing is alive, or at least, I don't know, if it can think, and it knew Markovic, then it's going to know his favorite song, and
Well, yeah.
you probably don't.
Unless,
I don't know, if there's a song he most frequently plays while killing people, I guess, that might be heard over the radio.
I was gonna ask Gomine if there's something Fuyuki would recognize as his favorite song.
Is it not actually just straight up Dancing Queen?
For legal reasons, we can't do that.
Dancing
Legal
King.
has advised
Dancing
us.
King, yeah. But yeah, like, jokes aside, Gomine, is there something Fuyuki would guess, or...
Someone else in the squadron might know it, but you don't personally.
Wait. If this thing is capable of thinking,
and as you say that, it says hello.
It's in his machine.
Are you there?
Don't you think it deserves to know the truth about Markovic?
Oh shit, you're right.
This is like genuinely heart-wrenching for me to do as a player. I feel bad about this.
Fuyuki sighs, and then if Emet doesn't stop him, Fuyuki's gonna type something.
What's he gonna type?
Fuyuki...
It's like Emet is looking torn right now, like, oh no, what's the right thing to do?
Fuyuki is just... The laughter and, like, fucking around vibe is gone from him. But he doesn't look as emotionally distraught as Emet either. And he just types, we have bad news.
And then, like, I think then, like, almost a breath later, Emet sort of, like, goes in to type something else and says, I'm sorry. Like, he types I'm sorry to the machine.
Yeah. If it doesn't respond, Fuyuki will just type, Markovic is dead.
Immediate next response is, who are you people? What are your identification numbers?
Fuck, I'm gonna get in trouble for this, aren't I? We don't have to give it our identification.
It deserves to know something.
Actually, Fuyuki,
Yeah,
I
well,
imagine
I don't want to get in trouble.
when you say that.
Okay, fine.
When you think of,
I don't have a rank yet.
Fuyuki.
That's worse.
Fuyuki, I would like to inform you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to interact with this thing, right? So you try to leave, yes?
I wasn't gonna have him leave. He just wasn't gonna give his rank and name yet.
Well, I have some bad news for you, because I need to inform you upon this to force the question. If you were to, say, try to open up the cockpit again,
Cockpit's locked.
Cockpit's locked. Bud ain't letting you leave.
Fuyuki isn't gonna open it.
You ain't fucking leaving
until I get my damn answers.
Fuyuki isn't trying to open the cockpit.
I think Emet is going to type out ellipses ... Mine, so he types deletes. I'm a new recruit, and I was curious. why the machine was still sitting here. Sorry, why... and he types this out, hit enter. Sorry, why you were still sitting here. I'm sorry, and I'm sure this must be hard.
You're within unauthorized. You're within an unauthorized zone or crowd. Report to the comm squad immediately if you are within the squadron. Otherwise, and report to your comm plat.
You should probably type okay, and then we leave.
All right. And then, I think that he just, the last thing he says is, I'm sorry. I thought you at least ought to know.
Jozsua,
Yep.
you have a piece of paper in front of you right now.
Where did I get it?
At the briefing.
All right. What's got on it?
It's, the news.
Huh?
How are you feeling about this news?
Will you or shall I?
Well,
Jozsua is, frankly, he's a lot more broken up about it than, he both thinks is reasonable and that he could have possibly thought he would be over something that, everyone knew was such a long time coming.
Well, as the Deputy for Political Affairs, it is your job to inform the rest of the crew. That was what the briefing was about. So, what's the play?
He sort of chokes back his feelings and then sort of is like, all right. He's sort of like, does this warrant an all hands call, or is it just something that they should post in the bulletin board?
That's for you to decide.
It is for him to decide. I think it's a time I think I need to make an all hands call about this. He's going to make his way to the bridge.
Colonel Cabero follows you, but is otherwise silent. Of course, he's there for the meeting.
And he, of course, knows, right?
Yes.
Skipper, I think this warrants an all-hands call.
If that's your judgment.
With your permission,
of course.
With your permission, Comrade Skipper.
You can call him the Comrade also, or just Basha. But
with your permission, Basha, yeah.
It says, go ahead.
1 second. I just need to find something. Because this person probably has a canon birth year.
Back to the Leaders of Renown.
Yeah, sorry. I need to go back. Literally, yes. What section is Leaders of Renown? Oh, found it.
It is section. It's just above section 4.
Not numbered, yeah.
Just above section 4.
Scrolling.
The very bottom of section 3.
Scrolling. There we go.
Like the sidebar.
I found it. All right. All hands. This is Warrant Officer Jozsua ben Yusuf. I'm calling to inform the crew that President of the Jovian Union, Jack Urban, the friend of Saturn, has died aged 83. If anyone wishes to speak this, please reach out to your Deputy for Political Affairs. Who's the Vice President? Don't mind.
Al Yesgovich.
Aljazekovich is now acting president of the Jovian Union. This is a sad day, not just for the Jovians aboard our ship, but for all fervently engaged in the defense and liberation of Saturn. As you were. And he hangs up the all hands. And then he's like, I think everyone's in the hangar. Well, he'll make his way there.
Yeah, buddy, I never left.
There the whole time.
Call me Sam
just
Rice
sorta
the way
just
I've been
thinks,
here
like,
the whole time.
Can't believe he's really gone. Hold on, let me double check my birthday. Yeah, he's like, he's been the president since I was 8.
The real FDR at that moment.
When was he like elected president?
He was elected president in 313.
What day? Out of curiosity.
He was elected president. Sorry, 312. Oh, we have a canon election day.
I'm sure this is everything
like,
come.
I actually do think
because
we wrote
if it was
down an election
313,
day.
if it was 313, there's a 1 in 365 chance that he was elected on Emmet's birthday.
It's actually, I regret to inform you, he was elected in 312, in October of 312.
We do in 4-year terms.
5.
I believe it's 5-year terms for Jovian presidency. Actually,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just because they have to be different.
I don't remember why we did that, but
So what day is election day?
Yeah, it's
U.S. style.
No, we did have a date. They fall on December 1st, unless December 1st is in Ramadan, in which case they're the day before the first day of Ramadan. So let's just say it was December 1st, 312. No, December 1st... Wait. Yeah, no, 312. Whatever. Yeah, we're not... There's no... They are sworn in the same year they're elected. I'm just gonna make it simple.
You get sworn in at the New Year's Eve address.
Yep.
So, Jack Urban has been president of Jupiter for longer than Emet has been alive.
That is correct.
He is longest...
And by default, Fuyuki as well.
He is the longest
I don't remember
serving
Fuyuki's birthday.
Jovian president ever.
Yep. So, end of an era. The rip to the Urbanshina, but he was not, in fact, immortal, as the jokes so often implied. He reaches the hangar, and he's like, "Where is everyone?"
You see,
I can't believe.
Hordon, where's Fuyuki and Emet?
Hordon looks back and forth real quick before he kind of, fuck it, and he points at Mark Fix machine. Hey,
oh, come on!
they're curious souls. I'm not gonna tell the kids not to explore.
Yeah, there's really one place they really, 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 really ought not to be exploring.
Why not? The inside of a reactor is my guess.
Well, lots of reasons. Lots of reasons. He's just gonna leave it at lots of reasons. He makes his way over to the cockpit and sees that it's closed. He goes, what's going on here?
Jozsua...
Will we wait for Fuyuki?
Huh? What was that, Emet?
I was going to say, well, while I wait for Fuyuki to return, I'm going to go grab water very, very quickly.
Oh yeah, let's wait on a little bit. He'll knock his fingers on the closed door of that, and so. Well, Little John, I'm sure you heard the news.
Yeah, I'm not a political animal. What'd he ever do for me?
He's the reason I'm here.
He's your dad.
Shucks, Cap. He's my dad.
No, not like that. Comrade director.
Comrade daddy.
No, not like that. Comrade Little Sergeant, Comrade Hordon. Ugh. I don't know, obviously I knew he could die, I just kind of never thought he would. Which is a silly thought.
I actually wasn't saying that as like a point of like, oh, politician. What actually has he done? I don't know much about him.
Oh. He's like, oh, I didn't think you were being ironic. He's basically the main reason for the Jovian intervention in Jupiter, in all the various forms it's taken. Without him, it would all be solid blue and orange. Well, not solid, but, it wouldn't be. They'd be doing it with sticks and rocks, not walker frames and cruisers.
That is why he's called the friend of Saturn.
And they don't mean that, that's not really a self-aggrandizing, ironic thing. People genuinely do call him that here.
Shit.
Yeah,
he co-gendered the draft, which is a big deal in the Jovian Union.
He did do that. And we're 2 years out from an election year, and his vice is,
old, just as
he was
old.
A political choice. Just as old, and also nowhere near as liked. He's so, come December of 31. Come December next year, there's probably going to be a whole bunch of turnover in Jovian politics that's, may leave us a lot worse off. But, I don't know, hopefully the war will be over by then.
Y'all do elections?
Of course we do elections. A lot of elections, actually.
Elections for candidates.
People get freaked out about how many Jovian
for president?
elections.
Well, generally speaking, there's a Jovian populist candidate, and then there's an SR candidate. Then they and then each constituent union republic is allocated a number of points relative to its population, and then whoever gets the most points in each SR,
that's what
gets all the points for that.
Well,
and then whoever has the most points wins.
Actually, that's how general.
Did you say it's ranked choice voting?
Sorry,
No,
that's how.
that's how
It's like Americans.
That's how the.
No, that's how the Congress is elected.
Yeah.
It's just whoever gets the most votes. It's for president. It's whoever gets the most votes wins.
No, it's colonies. It's just actual stations.
Oh, it's by colonies. It's by we call them stations in Jupiter, not colonies. Hey. It's by station. Each station is allocated a number of points proportional to its population. Whoever gets the majority of the votes in each station gets the points relative to that. Whoever has the most points wins.
Okay,
and
but
that's
who are the
just
actual people?
Well, last election was in 27, 3 years ago. It was Urban, obviously, for the SRs. And then the populist candidate he scratches his chin. Some nobody. I don't know. I wasn't old enough to vote back then.
Oh, come on. It couldn't have been just some nobody.
I mean, it probably wasn't, but I don't remember.
You think it was the mayor of Bakergrad, maybe?
Yeah, that's the thing, is that the president is sort of the presidential election is pretty different from the General Assembly election, which is itself pretty different from the cantonal election, which is itself very different from the council commune election, which those happen every year, and they kind of matter a whole lot more. That determines how the garbage gets taken out and what schools get taught and what classes get taught in school.
With the presidential really decides what the military and foreign policy.
Yeah, presidential is mostly diplomatic and military, and even then, yeah.
And what the next 5-year plan is gonna look like.
That's the big thing for the assembly, is the next 5-year plan. So it's I don't know. I could tell you everything about the last commune election I had. It was just before I shipped out, and it was a whole mess. Bunch of people moved.
Sure, I don't think we got anything better to do.
Yeah, why not? So, all right. So you know what a Sufi is, right?
Oh, Cap, I have no clue.
Okay, a Sufi is a Muslim who like isn't a Sunni or a Shia. They're just kind of their own thing. Anyways, in my commune at home, it's pretty different. There's like no Sufi, which is kind of a problem because Sufis are kind of like a go-between like the Muslims and the Catholics in like most places in the Jovian Union. So since we don't really like have any, there's a lot of potential for like sectarian beef, especially because the diocese is headquartered in my like this diocese of the station is headquartered in my home commune. So like every now and again to like kind of tip the scales on a commune vote on a certain issue, like the bishop will come out and who's in charge of all of the Catholics in the entire station, and he'll kind of put his thumb on the scales of one thing or another. Anyways, there was something to do with like the certain days off of the week that they were going to go because this year, because we were having this election last year, this year Easter is in Ramadan. And so there was like a lot of conflicting stuff with like how to schedule, I don't know, really basic logistic stuff, just sort of in a way to keep everyone happy. And it was this whole thing. All of the Catholics ended up boycotting the election. And then actually the whole decision ended up getting kicked up to station. And then station had to just make a ruling on it. And we just kind of had to go along with that. So anyways, this is, I mean, it was like really annoying to go through, but the thing is like every commune goes through a version of this like every year. It's just kind of, I don't know, quirk of our system. When you have annual elections and everyone up for election is like your neighbor, I don't know, things get personal. But
Fascinating.
But when you have to do this every year, you see where I'm getting for here. Like when you have to do this every year, like I'm not thinking about like the presidential election from 3 years ago, right?
You have more
'Cause,
immediate
like,
problems.
kind of a lot's happened since then, and there's also a midterm election just last year, which was a big deal because it was actually the first time the SRs took back the General Assembly from the populists in like almost 10 years. So that mattered.
Hey, Cap.
So forgive me if I don't remember who ran against Urban almost 4 years ago. Sorry, I
the
forgot.
sacrificial lamb, you mean?
Cap.
We did it. We stalled.
You start knocking on the cockpit again, it still won't fucking open up.
Hi. I'm
Hordon,
so
you think
sorry.
they're stuck?
Oh boy. Hordon starts to go find a crowbar.
There's literally not a worse place in the ship they could get stuck in the cockpit of that specific walker frame.
What are our crowbars made of?
They're probably made out of like I don't know, like cast iron, something wrong.
So
Something
like
wrong.
you've got two options here. Here's if you want it to be really strong, but not be able to bend, meaning it will shatter and
meaning
be
it'll
dangerous.
shatter. Yeah.
Or
That's what I was thinking when you said like
low grade iron of some kind.
It's
No,
probably
please.
low-grade iron,
This
to
is
be
Saturn.
honest.
You just stole a bunch of federal ones way earlier in
Actually,
yes.
yeah, it's true. It's a stolen just steel crowbar. Yeah.
yeah.
Grand Theft Crowbar.
You know, you guys, when you were in Baker's Point, is an abandoned fucking colony. You can loot the shit out of it and no one would care. There's no one here. And they
There's
can't...
a whole lot of just like stuff that has ended up on the ship after that. Yeah.
The regiment's been here for forever.
Like,
they have lots of weird
all
stuff.
right, let's try one more time before we start breaking something in a way that's directly attributable to us.
as you're doing that, Hordon is looking back and forth, cocking back the crowbar, getting ready. Just say wing cap.
Crowbar. Give me the crowbar.
I ain't gonna do it yet.
No,
I'm holding it above my head because you're too short to grab it.
Knock on the door with it. I'm 5'10".
Letting go with my right hand and using my left hand, I tip it down without looking away from the captain to tap the cockpit.
Fuyuki, Emet, you hear yet another tap on the cockpit door.
This one louder and much more incessant than the others.
Tap, 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 tap. Will you let us out? I promise we will do what you asked.
Then you see it say, I want your commanding officer's identification number in the next 3 hours. Otherwise, I will contact the comreg.
Aren't I the commanding officer? You can contact
Yes.
me, and then I'll just say that we weren't here. Easy.
How should I come back to give you my commanding officer's identification number?
Yes.
Yeah, pretend you forgot. That's a good idea.
Thing is, there's a time limit on this, Fuyuki. If you don't come back, you'll go talk to Cabrera.
I mean, why not tell it now?
Fuck, fine, sure, whatever. People are already knocking on the goddamn door anyway.
So, like, okay, well, what's your number?
Oh, shit.
I meant
The knocking gets louder and more incessant.
Fuyuki, I imagine you like pull out a notebook or something and flip.
Yes,
to a
I
page.
was about to say he pulls out his notebook and like
What's
flips it open to a page. He's like, "Here, it's that."
Can I metagame for a little bit?
What?
Sure.
This system has not been updated since Markovic died. It still thinks I'm the commander of 2 Rafa.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't know
as far as it's concerned
who Emet is, and Fuyuki.
And so if you give Fuyuki's number, it'll recognize it as not me and will notify the colonel.
No, the thing is that if you like bring that up, it's like, hey, here's my identification number. It says, okay, then.
Well, hold on. It was updated before Markovic died, and Markovic died after Fuyuki became the commander of 2 Rafa.
Fuyuki became the commander of 2 Rafa the literal day before Markovic died.
Correct.
I doubt it was updated. I doubt its security network and personnel files were updated before that.
Anyways, I'm just gonna go with.
Especially
Quix's
since this
idea.
is, I guess, presumably
I wouldn't know
Markovic's
that.
backup
So
model. No, but Fuyuki would.
So
would Fuyuki?
Fuyuki, when you type in your number after explaining, here's my identification number, and the console says, as Comrade Lieutenant Fuyuki, I expect the Comrade Captain's identification number soon.
Oh fuck! What's Joshua's old number? What's Joshua's number?
How would I know?
Shit, maybe
the cockpit
around here.
opens without you touching anything, Fuyuki.
Hordon is standing outside fucking brandishing a crowbar.
with Jozsua right next to him.
What have you done?
I didn't do shit, Cap.
Not
He
you.
holds his hands up. It's like, I just followed him in, Joshua, oh shit, how do I explain?
What's your identification number?
Yeah, what's your
Guys,
identification number?
He's just sort of gestures at the monitor. We've met.
What's your identification
Oh, good.
number?
So then
Oh,
I don't
okay,
have to
good.
explain this to you.
Yes, because it makes a lot more sense if you already know what this is.
Hordon, you have
Yeah,
no
it
idea
does.
what the fuck anyone's talking about.
He's like, out, both of you. They tried to kill the
Oh,
last
no.
person who came in here unauthorized.
Actually,
Yep.
they
I'm already on their
Haunted-
shit list.
Actually, I will remind you, Quix, they tried to kill Markovic the last time.
Oh, well, yeah, but from Yoshua's perspective, it would be him since he was the person who came in here. Like, he was the person who got told to get out. No, who's the person who came in afterwards with Markovic? Okay, whatever. Never mind. He types in his serial number into the thing and hits enter.
Hello, Comrade Captain. It says.
He sort of takes a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good to meet you again. I wish it were under better circumstances.
It waits for a moment or two. Likewise. What's the situation with Regiment?
Regiment has... With the regiment? Regiment victorious at Baker's Point. Blues are on the run.
Excellent. You think after or Saturn is that will invade the Federation proper finally?
He sort of thinks about it. He is like sort of like does a soft laugh to himself. Hard to say. Period. Urban just died. Who knows what comes next?
My prayers go to the president. May he rest in peace.
He is. He sort of is like patriotic little program, aren't you? Yeah.
Please don't call me a program. It says.
Yeah, that's the meaning.
Oh, I forgot about the microphones.
This thing had
Wait,
microphones?
So it listened to us talk the whole time?
Motherfucker!
Hordon cocks back the crowbar.
You were
My-
listening to
Hordon-
us squirm in there.
Yeah,
That's
he sort
rude.
of so he types in my apologies. I believe I've missed your name.
Please call me Fan. That is what Daniel liked calling me.
All right, fan. He sort of scratches under his chin for a little bit. Does the dame know about you?
No. However, the comreg does. Nor should your lieutenant comrade captain know about me. I am highly classified.
He just sort of like nods to himself. He like looks over at Fuyuki and nods like much more ferociously, and then turns back to the monitor, just kind
I
of
wish
like
I could hear this being
just
spoken.
sort of like posting through it. Yeah.
Because like my response would be, people shouldn't be classified.
And then he sort of types in, consider the lieutenant's intrusion an extraordinary circumstance, comma, much like the circumstances of our original meeting.
Very well then. To what do I owe the pleasure then?
He sort of pauses and is sort of like unsure, because the truth is kind of, well, my subordinates were engaging in shenanigans and didn't know what they were getting into. And he types in, the lieutenant was a little overeager introducing a new pilot to the systems we have. And was not aware of the extent to which this cockpit is forbidden. Fan, right? Director? Fan?
Correct. For, Phantom. Per the inscription.
Oh, right. Fan, if you can tell me, is there a contingency for the death of Markovic?
It was not actually considered, Comrade Captain, on account of the fact of his extraordinary abilities, as well as my own.
It was certainly...
Comrade Captain as
So,
well.
hold on. You don't know that we've told it, I don't think.
Then
he
it asks,
learned from... He figured it out from context, I think.
Then it asks you, so, Comrade Captain, after you ejected, how are you?
As he types in with just his right hand, as is the only way he can type now. I was seriously injured as during the ejection and was minorly mistreated by my blue captors, but everything is put to rights now.
Well, that's excellent to hear. To hear, and I see you're in excellent health.
Just tabbing over to my character sheet and seeing my body health is 3 and mind health is 4.
Well, it's been months, so you're probably up
I
to
guess
full,
yeah,
right?
I'm probably up to near full, yeah.
Although, if you
He's gonna and then so
then
yeah.
he looks, it asks, "Well, Comrade Captain, seeing as I technically do not have an IVA rank, would you be so kind as to inform the comrade that I wish to go dancing again?"
Yeah, he sort of like stretches himself. It's like, yeah, that's pretty reasonable. And sort of types in, "I'll talk with Caballero like immediately about the matter." Is there? And then he'll sort of sit back in the cockpit seat, and he'll look over at Emet, just sort of stare at him for like
Emmett is
3 to
like
5
craning
seconds.
to try to see inside right now. By the way,
You could bet you can't. I'll just say for
Um,
convenience sake, you can all see the screen. However, Emmett, you are reading it upside down.
Can I also read it upside down?
Yes.
Are you back? He sort of responds, "Are you backed up anywhere? Are there other instances of you?"
No.
Very well. I'll go speak with the colonel. And then he gets out of the cockpit and then just sort of like nervously gestures the Rafa over to him, like, "Yo, come here to where the robot can't hear us."
Where Danny Markovic can't from hell can't hear you.
Where Markovic's
Yeah.
soul
there's a
can't hear us.
person in that.
That's crazy.
We gotta
Okay.
kill that thing.
No,
What? No.
No, I think it's cool.
it's I don't.
Wait,
I
so,
found it by accident.
Okay, but
after
what is it?
Pure evil.
As far as I can tell, he says, like, glaring at Hordon, it's calling it a computer program just feels like a misservice. It's some kind of artificial mind that would synchronize with Markovic's during combat. It's a big reason he was effective as he was. As far as I'm aware, it's essentially a human mind, just
You're
digital.
Yeah, you were putting a lot more conditions on than you needed to. It's simple enough to say that that's a person.
I don't. What I really need to emphasize is that none of us are supposed to know this, and it is a secret that people have tried to kill to keep.
They tried to kill
And-
Markovic to keep.
They tried to kill Markovic to keep it. They, as soon as they come out that I know, much less that I've known for a month, they'll probably try to kill me because of it. What he says, sort of like gesturing at the walker frame, is in a lot of danger right now.
Well, what can we do about that?
Emmett, do you think you could back him up, make another instance of him? I don't know. I assume the colonel knows something. I don't know what he knows. And obviously they wouldn't tell Fan this. I'm worried that in the event of Markovic's death, they're gonna delete him.
Well, why would they do that?
Because
I mean,
think
okay,
they're-
I understand why they would do that. What I'm more saying is, why don't we stop them from doing that?
because we don't know who is trying to do it or why they are trying to do it, what their MO is, if they're even trying to, because we don't have enough data to try and stop. Well,
You
we
think
should
that-
try.
Data,
No.
data.
We
Hold
should
on.
try and stop them. We
Data.
don't have the resources to do it. Yes?
That's the sticking point. I need to ask him how big his mind is.
Right, his file size. Okay. And ask him if he knows who tried to bomb Markovic. Ugh, gosh, 4
Right.
months ago?
Did they
Just,
make him or did they copy him?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's material because whichever way it happened, he's alive by any
In
meaningful definition.
Nah, that thing's freaking haunting. I'm scared, Captain.
Well, you can be
Here-
scared as long as you be scared and distracting. I need to go ask him some questions.
All right, Hordon. He claps him on the shoulder. You're our most distracting guy. Would you join me for a meeting with the cowboy?
I was just gonna start smoking in the hangar and let the.
No.
I was
Fire
just
alarms
gonna
go
ask
off.
him if he wanted to get into a fight. That'd be pretty distracting.
We don't need that kind of distraction right now.
Oh.
I need the. I don't need all hands on deck for a fight in the crew. I need Cabero off base. I need Cabero a little bit off kilter when I ask him questions that I could be killed for asking.
You want me around so he can't kill you?
Well, no, just so that I'm one step ahead of him if it comes to it. Cabero
Cap, if
is.
he tries to kill you, do I kill him first? Ride or die, Cap.
I would just say to use your best judgment. It's
Also,
Cabero.
2D, I
Cabero's
want you to know. Oh, I was just gonna say, 2D, no disrespect, but this is Cap, your comrade captain.
That's fine. Like I said, I don't really care.
Making sure.
He gives you a thumbs up. He looks a little shaken. But he's kind of doing his best to, like, make sure it's not super obvious.
fundamentally, at the end of the day, I think a lot of the secrets of fans' existence died with Markovic.
But it still exists.
Yep. Yep.
Are there
And
more of these?
Jozsua shrugs. I don't know. Markovic told me not to tell anyone and not to ask any questions.
I see.
That doing so would very, very quickly and materially put me into major, serious physical danger. I don't know if he's searching for the right words here in an official capacity, or if it's something Markovic came, or if he is
if it's through
somehow
the
the creation of Markovic, or if it's through the
IVA,
IVA
or the
Jackie, or Jovian Intelligence, or
whatever.
Well,
I don't know.
For the
And,
record,
well,
I guess I didn't see anything and I don't know anything.
all right, Emet, he looks at his watch, about 5 minutes to get as much information from Fan as you can until, I get to the Colonel's office.
Right, and then hopefully
And then
the battle in a couple of hours will keep people distracted.
it'll keep people distracted, but it'll also keep them in the hangar under very intense scrutiny. So you really got to be quick and efficient.
Right, and then he fucking, he moves to go ask Fan how he can help.
And then Jozsua and Hordon, if he still cares to join, we will make our way to Bridge to find Cabero. Because the thing is about Cabero is that he's a really mysterious guy, and he could either be really helpful to our cause about this, or could also, order us to kill Fan. That, either are basically equally possible.
Well, the one thing you do
like
know about Cabero is he is almost certainly a Braff man. Built to Red Army faction, which means he was probably a terrorist. So his morals can be pretty fungible either way.
Well, yeah, this is kind of an outside context problem for the gang, so yeah. All right. Probably should do Emet first, then us.
Emet, you hop back in to the Zhivkov.
Can you hear me, or should I keep typing?
Please keep typing. My audio isn't the best.
Okay, and then he type. We are worried that somebody may try to hurt you.
Recruit, what is your name to begin with?
Well, yeah, I guess it would be rude not to tell you. My name is Emet.
Well, Comrade Emet, I severely doubt that'll hurt me.
We are worried that somebody might try to erase you.
You see it do an emoticon of, the text art of someone laughing over a table. And then it says that would be a serious and gross misuse of military resources.
I'm told that there are some secrets that people are willing to go to any lengths to keep.
Then it tells you, and really asks, what gave you the impression that I'm not one of those people?
Just a feeling, I guess. He sort of he shrugs. He doesn't know if Fan can see that or not.
Actually, when you do that, you see you get a lock on sign for a link up with the beam rifle right next to you. The walker frame doesn't move, but that Fan just did that on its own. I could very well easily keep this secret.
I know. You're a very large person who can do very great violence.
Well, that is why Daniel and I are here. No?
I can't say I knew the man, so I don't know.
Well, I will leave Saturn only when Saturn is free. As would a Daniel, if he were still here.
Nevertheless, we are worried for you.
Comrade Recruit,
And
I find your position to be much more worrisome on account of the fact that you are, again, within a restricted zone.
yeah, well, this would not be the first time I've broken a lot of rules to help somebody.
And, Comrade Lieb, how is this helping me?
I came in here to ask if it's possible to back you up in case somebody tries to destroy or erase you.
Counter question, Recruit Leap. How many pilots in the solar system are of the Comrade Colonel's, and by extension my own's, caliber?
I couldn't know.
Well, then on the text it says, although the Colonel was very good at keeping his opinions to himself, he and I are of the same assessment that the second best pilot aboard this vessel would have to be Runt.
Listen, I don't care how good you and he were. There were a lot of people who put in a lot of work to hurt you before, and it worked. And they might try to do it again. Different people, but the result might be worse.
That was to hurt the Colonel, not me. First off. Second off, every single time you talk to me, the amount of danger you are in increases. So I don't feel particularly inclined to tell you any information that could let you concoct a harebrained escape plan.
Well, and we're at an impasse because I'm apparently quite willing to get myself in a lot of trouble if I think it'll do good. Ball's in your court. What's it gonna be?
Do kindly leave, Recruit Leap.
If you say so, I'll be seeing you around. One way or another, I suspect.
Hopefully they find me a new dancing partner. I'll be out there soon enough.
Yeah, well, I don't know how much you can do in here to keep yourself safe, but do your best at it.
Oh, we arrive at the bridge, I presume?
That you do.
Is Cabero there?
That he is.
Cabero, may we have a word in private? Colonel, Comrade Basha?
What do you need, Comrade Pilot?
In private, Comrade.
He looks to you, then Hordon, and I believe you said Fuyuki is also there?
No, just the two of us. Fuyuki's with
No,
him.
Fuyuki stayed behind because Fuyuki is having a bad time all on his own right now.
What, did you really take
Having a different bad time.
Did you really take Markovic's assessment of the rankings that seriously?
No, this is completely unrelated, actually. Jokes aside.
I see. Well, we'll get to that eventually. Well,
Yep.
Jozsua, the colonel stands up and says, "Very well done." And you find a private room, the operations room. No one's in there right now. So, what do you need?
Well, I suppose the only way out is through. I learned about Fan a few months ago. Some of my Rafa mates rediscovered him today. What's the plan with him?
Cabero looks you dead in the eyes. Jozsua, then Hordon, then the door. Then he locks the door and says in a very quiet voice, "How much do you know?"
Everything. I know what Fan is, why he exists, what he wants. I do not know how he was created, when, or precisely why, though I can work it out on my own. And I know what Fan wants.
Well, I'm in something of a pickle as it is.
Care to enlighten us?
Have you ever heard of conspiracies about Europa?
I've heard lots of conspiracies about Europa over time.
Specifically, the IVA division there to maintain the quarantine.
Yes, he says sort of like very questioningly that they're there to cover up any number of things from complicated alien life to, he sort of shrugs around, advanced weapons technologies, that it's where we do money deals with the Federals. I've heard dozens of different conspiracy theories about Europa.
What if I were to tell you weapon testing does act... RMMA weapon testing by Gallagher and St. Louis does in fact happen on Europa?
I guess I wouldn't be surprised, but weapons testing like making Fan?
Many of him, actually.
Do you know how many?
Well, how many Armonias are currently in service?
All of them?
All of them.
One of him?
Not him specifically. Fan is special because Markovic was a special pilot. But it could be anyone, really.
So there's, I don't know, dozens, low hundreds?
Closer to 1,000 at this point, and I do believe there's a program to get them installed in the Dans and Zhivkovs in service.
How is this? I don't know. I don't need to know the science, but like, Comrade, Fan's a person. In basically, he starts over in every way that matters.
Well, we know that now.
And we're just gonna keep on trucking like this?
Well, what do you want me to do? I'm not the president of the Jovian Union. And I doubt they're
Well,
just going to spill
currently,
out
no.
the biggest military secret of the century.
Well, Fan says there was no contingency for what happens to him if Markovic dies. Is that true?
Well, yes, I'm trying to figure out what to do because the Jovians want him back. And I don't want to lose a pilot like that. So I've been trying to find someone worthy of him.
Well, couldn't we, I don't know. We could conceivably say that Markovic's walker frame was a write-off after he was killed. And then just sort of, you know...
That's what I've already done. And now I need to find the pilot.
Well... Oh, I guess I wasn't there for that.
What were you there for?
I was not there for Fan saying he would prefer having Runt as his new pilot.
No, he didn't say that.
Oh, he didn't say that?
He said by his reckoning, Ian Markovic's Runt is the second best pilot.
Oh, Runt is the second best pilot. Not that he specifically wants. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I took an implication. Okay.
I have this weird notion that Fan would be a good teacher, but very ornery.
Yeah, Fan frankly seems like he kind of got a lot of Markovic's kind of like worst traits. He got Markovic didn't get the ace arrogance, but Fan did. I mean,
the Markovic on the inside of his head is Fan.
We could ask. Is that really that crazy?
You think I haven't been doing that?
Well, what's he said?
Well, that none of them are good enough.
Well...
And I cannot mess this up because I need to find both a really good pilot that can work with Fan. And Fan respected Markovic on account of the fact that Fan is Markovic, and he is, even without the MES, the second coming of Riley and McMead.
Well, does Fan... I don't know. Does Fan need a pilot? Can't
Yes, Fan...
It seems like he can run it himself.
Well, would you pilot a two-seater with only one man?
It can be done, especially if that one man was Markovic.
Think about it, though. You remember what Markovic could pull off with one of these things?
I sure do.
Think about it. Another Grey Phantom. We just need to find him.
A face, a public-facing, an actor almost.
Well, not.
We don't need a pilot.
Well, I would suppose I assure you, a good pilot in addition to that will help a lot. That this is the sort of difference between an Eastwood and Fuyuki versus the Grey Phantom or another Courage Hamson.
So, what's the plan? The Jovians are going to find out that we still have him eventually.
Well, do you have any brilliant ideas how to buy more time?
Leap had the idea that we could, I don't know, give back the mobile suit, but find a way to remove Fan. Damn it! Walker frame! Leap had the idea that we could take Fan out of the Walker frame, and then we could. That would actually buy us quite a bit of time. We can, I don't know, hide him.
That's not a terrible idea. Any ideas on where we'd put the MES? It's fairly large, all things considered.
Like, how large are we talking?
It's like a universal Walker frame. It's essentially, you know how those work for the Federals? You take one out, like an entire module out, like the entire backpack. It needs that kind of space.
Okay, so you couldn't hide it on a ship.
Not
well, how much does Jozsua know about the Thornburn in the past couple of months?
Not like he used to have a cursory knowledge, and I think now he has like a working knowledge, but it's nothing substantive.
So you know that the Thornburn is a universal Walker frame.
I would know that. And we have a Thornburn because you defected with one.
Mm-hmm.
What if we plugged Fan into the back seat of the Thornburn that Leap and Emet defected with?
Well, could we trust them with it? Or would you suggest us switching some
They
pilots
don't
around?
need... I don't know about flying, but Emin was immediately respectful and understanding of Fan's nature and situation. I believe Emet can be trusted. Emet, specifically. Emet can be trusted with the knowledge and even I think we could, if he had the technical ability. I don't have any idea what kind of computer Fan is stored on. I think he could probably even do the maintenance himself if it came to it.
Well, we weren't supposed.
Besides, no one would look for Fan in the Thornbury.
Well, the issue is Emet would have to figure out the maintenance all on his own, with only certain mechanics aboard we're supposed to interact with.
Who? Specifically?
I'm not going to tell you that.
Fair.
It's part... Please, come on. And you know how operational security works. This is part of the entire deal of us even getting machines like these. We have to play by the rules, otherwise the Jovians won't give us our toys.
Basha, at least 4 people on your ship stumbled across Fan's existence entirely by accident.
And I assure you...
That we know of.
I assure you, quite few of the sergeants are going to get quite a lot of quality time in the brig with Master Sergeant Maximov.
Well, Basha, I vote that we plug Fan into the Thornburn as a way of buying time, and then I don't know. That frees up the Harmonia.
You mean the
So
Zhivkov?
we could put anyone in there. I do mean the Zhivkov. That frees up the Zhivkov. We could put anyone in it, which would be nice.
If only we had another pilot. I suppose, however, that's our problem as internationalists.
Yeah, then we're nowhere. We've bought ourselves a fair amount of time to figure out what Fan wants to do with his future, and we're literally no worse off than we were before.
Very well, and I'll get at some of the gearheads in here later. Make sure none of you are spill the beans. I assure you, the grenade was a courtesy by our Jovian friends in intelligence.
They tried to kill Markovic?
Yeah.
I always assumed it was, I don't know, some rogue elements or maybe even federal. Why would the Jovians why would they give us Markovic, give us the Walker frame, and then try to kill them both?
You do know Markovic has been here since he got here, right?
Yeah.
You do know.
I'm not sure I follow, Chrome. I'm not sure I follow, Basha.
He refused to come back to Jupiter 4 separate times. I'm sorry to burst any hero worship, but Markovic was a deeply strange man. And I'm sure you'll understand by talking with Fan a bit. Him unfiltered, he has he had some strange opinions about the war.
That was in fact something I noticed. Fan is not a copy of Markovic, which is kind of what I was expecting.
He's a copy of Markovic as he is in the cockpit. I'm not totally sure how the science works, but it works upon mimicry as a principle.
Like the pattern on a moth. It's an imprint, but it flies.
Additionally, Markovic had certain opinions about the nature of revealing the existence of machines like Fan.
He sort of winces at just sort of like machines. And so he's like, I'm sure that as Fan and I get to know each other more, I'll come to learn about Martyr Markovic in a new light. That'll be all, Basha.
He salutes. I expect you two to keep quiet about this.
He shoots Hordon a look.
Hordon just raises an eyebrow up.
And he heads to the hangar to get there as soon as possible before the actual flight crew and mechanics start to arrive.
Yeah, it is time. It's panic time. Time to panic.
It is panic time. It is panic time. Yeah, Fan is not
everybody's
being very cooperative.
Listen, I'm gonna help that goddamn man whether or not he wants it or not.
Like as you turn to leave, I'd look at Cabero, just go, "Big fan, by the way. Love your work." Then I'll head out.
Sorry. Before I leave. Basha, Emet's warrant hasn't arrived. Could you talk to someone at Brigade and make it happen a bit faster? He's not being paid.
You see Cabero stop. Jozsua, none of us get paid.
You know what I mean. He's off the books. Technically, still legally a prisoner of war. It's starting to cause problems.
I'll talk to someone.
Thank you, Basha.
do we want to zoom in on Fuyuki before the excursion?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Fuyuki, what's up? What are you doing?
Yeah, what's your problem?
Uh,
What's my problem?
let me know
Your
when you want
major
Emet to knock on
malfunction.
your door.
Cool. All
But like,
right.
what are
So
you doing? How you? What's the situation?
the camera pans away from that and pans to Fuyuki's room. Fuyuki is currently we have do we have actual mattresses to any degree?
You have mattresses.
You don't need them. It's 0G.
Well,
Okay, fair.
the thing is
You
actually,
definitely got a hammock.
It's more like a hammock situation, yeah.
I was actually just gonna bring up, is it typically on a Jovian vessel? No, you wouldn't have a mattress, but on account of the fact that you are IVA, this has a Hansian drive, so you can't, like an auxiliary flight system, so you can in fact enter into a colony proper. So yes, you do have an
Oh, I
actual
guess
mattress.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
On the
okay.
offhand chance that you somehow do operations on a moon or inside a colony,
I wonder if it's like
or
a
Mars.
thick. I wonder if it's like a hammock, but the actual part, the hammock part, is like
Padded or something?
padded or inflatable or something,
Yeah.
like an inflatable
Yeah,
mattress.
You've given me a fascinating like thought project here.
I think you could make an air mattress that, in its collapsed form, acts like a hammock.
Probably could.
Anyways, what's up?
Probably wouldn't work great. Oh well.
Fuyuki is sort of like pulling the mattress off the wall, like not in the way, not like to break it or destroy it or anything, but like, to look behind it. The contents of his drawer are kind of scattered out and are just sort of floating around him. His hair is a mess, and he seems to be breathing heavily, sort of like he's been exerting himself, but that, he's really just doing whatever the zero gravity equivalent of pacing is.
Thing is, you have mag
he-
boots, so
he-
you can in fact pace. There is
You can be pacing.
there is in fact a kind of walking you can do with the mag boot.
Good to know. Good to know. And he's just kind of like frantically sort of like looking around. And Emet can knock wherever, but he's he looks a little bit like he's freaking out.
Why?
Wouldn't you like to know, God?
Yes, that's why I fucking asked.
It's like, I think that the framing here is like, just a little bit before like the all hands stuff sounds for, hey, we're about to take off.
Yeah.
Is like is a knock on Fuyuki's bunk room door.
Yuki startles noticeably, like jumps a little bit, grabs his axe from his waist, and axe in hand, opens the door.
Wow, you're about as friendly as... Never mind, actually, I shouldn't say that out here, probably.
It's just you. He
Are
grabs you, pulls you into the room, and
Whoa.
closes the door. Sorry, I'm fine. Is it time to leave? Are we leaving? Sortie, combat, something.
You don't
something.
seem fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine, Emet. I'm fine.
You're the worst liar I've ever met. And that's saying a lot, actually.
Fuck you.
What's going on?
God, I'm such a fuck. I'm a good pilot, right?
Yeah.
I'm a half decent pilot. Pretty good in a physical fight too. I right? I hope. I
Yeah.
try. There's not fucking anything else that I can be. I'm not. I'm.
Is
I'm
this
not.
about... Is this about the Markovic comment?
No, it's not about that. It's. Fuck. I'm not expendable, right?
Are any of us?
If they'd kill Markovic to cover up some secret military bullshit, then yeah, I guess any of us are. This whole goddamn time, everything I've been trying to do is to make it so I can't just die without anyone noticing. And I guess none of that fucking matters. You were
Listen.
talking earlier about what the worth of a person is and all of that, and it's what am I? I am just another body here on this ship, right? I can pilot a walker frame half decent.
Hand on his shoulder. Hey,
no, if I don't make something of myself, I can just die and the rest of you can move past it. It's not gonna fucking matter.
do you think so little? I just got here, and you've been fighting with them for at least almost a year now. Do you think so little of them that you think that they could just move on if you died?
I think they should. I think if I die, they should move on. I think that's what we have to do. We're fighting a war. This is bigger than me. I am just one selfish, stupid boy in the middle of all of this, trying to make myself be something memorable, but fuck if that's ever gonna happen.
Why do you care so much what some bigwigs on Jupiter think of you?
It's not about Jupiter. It's bigger than that. It's about the whole goddamn system. It's about humanity. It's about history.
And what? If you become the next Markovic or even better than him, that makes you a better person? Makes
It has
you
nothing to do with
more
being a better
worthy?
person. I don't give a shit about being a good person. I give a shit about being a person, about mattering.
Do you think I matter?
None of us do.
So what?
I want
Who
to change
decides that? Who decides that?
History.
The people who make all the difference in history aren't the ones who get written down. You'd think that, but, listen. I guess, I don't know if you'll get this. I mean, are you Christian? You might get my analogy
No.
if you're Christian. Okay,
I'm familiar enough with the religion, but no, I'm not particularly religious, no.
okay, well, I would never make this analogy over on the Greg Mays. Nobody would get it there. Probably.
Maybe Philippe.
Listen.
Or John.
Moses didn't walk out of Egypt on his own. Most of the people who made that journey and made it possible don't get written down anywhere.
And who's the name you remember? That's what it all comes down to.
Does it?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whose name it was, which little baby floated down the River Nile.
It matters to me.
Doesn't matter who led them out of Egypt, because all that matters is that people got out.
People, maybe I just want to matter. And not just in some trivial, momentary, fleeting, feel-good sense. I mean, like, actually matter. I can't live forever. I'm gonna die one of these days. I'm not stupid. I've seen it happen. I've watched it happen. I've made it happen plenty of times. It comes for us all. I'm in the profession of death. It is my ultimate retirement plan. I don't want anything else with the rest of my life, really.
So what?
But
what are you gonna do about it?
I want to fucking matter when I go.
Then what are you gonna do about it? What's your plan? You wanna matter? There's a few good ways I can think of to matter. Big ways, small ways. You know what I think the best way is, personally?
What is that?
Build something. Lasts longer than breaking something.
I'm not. I'm not. My hands break much easier than they mend. I know what I am in the grand scheme of all of this, and I'm fine with
Says who?
that.
So, who decides what you are, huh?
It's already been decided. It's
By
what
who?
I'm already become. It's
By
what I've already become. And I don't want to change. I don't want to be anything else. I just want to be the best damn pilot I possibly can be.
well, I don't think you'd have any trouble doing that.
Fuyuki, Emet,
Yep.
the door opens, and there stands Captain Corkhead.
Remind me of who Corkhead is again?
Two things. He's currently second in command because you're short pilots on the squadron. He's in charge of one Rafa. Also, he is roommates with Fuyuki. He looks between the two of you and the weird atmosphere around and looks directly at you, Fuyuki, and says, Ryu, you do know about the fraternization policy, right?
Fuck off. We're having a heated discussion.
Not the way I would have phrased that if you wanted to avoid... Never mind.
In my bunk.
What do you
In
mean?
our bunk. Right before an
I
operation.
wanted to be alone and he followed. I wanted to be alone and he followed me. We're both fully clothed, if that's what you're on about.
I don't know. I've seen lots of weird stuff on ships.
Really? Me? Him?
I don't know what your preferences are.
Yeah, and you're never gonna know.
And it looks like it. He looks directly at you, Emma. Is like, maybe, actually, I might know something a little more today.
I don't think Emet dignifies that with a response other than like an eyebrow raise.
Well, I want to grab my ship before the operation. I want to have a drink before I go out there. So could you two do this somewhere
You know
else?
what? I think the comrade captain could use a drink too, probably.
Fuyuki points at himself.
Who else?
No.
Okay, well then you're gonna do fine. Get a hold of your nerves.
It's not nerves. He just shakes his head. Look, I'm gonna just go somewhere else, I guess.
Listen, you're gonna do good.
Of course I am. That's my only option.
Then why are you panicking about not doing that? Huh?
I didn't.
You're gonna do good. Then you're gonna do good.
Corkhead says, Ryu, I didn't take you for the self-doubting type.
That's because I'm not. And
Well, then get your ass in gear.
Aye. And he gives you a smile.
That's it, man. Let's get you a drink.
I'd rather not, but if you've got water, I'll take water.
He looks at you. You think I store water in my trunk?
Any sane man would, but alright.
You're gonna have to fucking rotate and dissect Fuyuki in my brain.
Did this
Many
give you
such
new
cases.
material? Yeah.
Did this give you new material? I didn't even get to the point I actually wanted to get to, which is the funniest part.
And what's
Yeah,
that?
Fuyuki didn't even say his most insane bit.
Fuyuki got himself really, really wrapped up in the I need to be so important that they won't kill me, but they'll kill me no matter how important I am, so I need to be important. And that was kind of just a logic loop.
Yeah,
little
you
bit.
didn't even get to see, like, the true heart of Fuyuki's fucking problem spiral. Poor kid
Fuyuki's Heart of Darkness.
Fuyuki's Heart of Darkness. Me looking at my note page. Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right. See you on the flight line.
You too.
Seriously, you've got nothing to prove to me.
Of course I don't. And with that, he'll start leaving.
This scene closes on Emet just going like, big exhale, like, oh my god.
Having a crash out
This
right before
fucking
going into battle.
guy. Oh my god.
Our commander's having a
Something
fucking
is
crash
up.
out before we're going into yet another battle. You gotta be fucking kidding
Commanders having crash outs seems to be a theme over the last little bit of Emmett's life.
I assure you,
Right
when
on there.
Jozsua was in command, no one listened to him, but like his crash outs were safe for after the battle.
That does not make it better.
Actually, yes, it does.
Alright.
There's a significantly
Yeah,
less chance of
little
someone
bit.
dying. Anyhow,
All right, well, Emmet, gets, his flight suit on, meets up with Emmett, and they get ready to go.
actually, Emmett, I have some news for you.
All right.
When you are there in the hangar, you notice two things. First off, Jozsua is directing a group of mechanics with some round object, and they're inserting into the back of the Thornburn, typically the high mobility.
So are they replacing? Yeah, they're replacing the high mobility pack. Gotcha.
Yeah. Or they're cutting out a lot of it.
Careful! Oh my god!
Oh, we were looking for you. He sort of looks around. I'll tell you later.
Comrade's
Basha's
order.
orders.
Yeah, Comrade's orders.
Okay. Please be careful with that. We can't replace it.
Understood. And trust me,
You're more right than you think.
you are so unbelievably correct about this whole situation. Yeah.
Oh, I believe I have a character sheet to modify.
Yeah, I have.
So, Emmett, I have some good news for you, actually.
Okay.
Now that you have the MES, your reaction bonus and reaction bonus is now 2-4.
Jesus. Upside, numbers, downside. 3 is a crowd. This is going to be extremely funny.
Also, I will let you, for 2 narrative points on anything, elect to let Fan make a roll in your place.
Interesting. That's fun. I will note that down in...
Some highlights. Fan has an awareness of 18, a move transformed of 18, and let's see, a snapshot of 15. And this is before Fan's own action bonus of 4 and reaction bonus of 3. And this is without you and Emin as co-pilots. It's just Fan on their own. It's a straight ripped from Markovic's character sheet.
We're doing some unhinged shit.
And for 2 narrative points, you can make Fan do something in your place. Fan has Cunning 5, so that's 2 actions.
We're up to some dastardly shit in the Benito Rosso's hangar.
Evil.
leave it to the Jovians to create the machine.
I'm just gonna mark this down as mod. What does anybody here know what Soviet modification designations are?
Yeah. So it's it's so M.
Are we okay?
Is
Are we
the-
using tank or fighter jet?
I'm using fighter jet.
Actually,
I think that's
Okay.
more appropriate.
Actually, going by Jovian terms of upgrading MES stuff with MESs, let's look at.
A2 is for was Danny's Markov Danny's Zhivkov.
Yeah, however, in the future, they're named after cities.
So for the model modification, it would be walk.
Okay, you're the Thornburn Hecta, Cole. Or just Hecta. We'll workshop it. Or you can just say Emet Custom. Or IVA Custom. We'll workshop it later.
Yeah, but that's a problem for another time. We're burning daylight. Or moonlight.
Time is
Or
a
my
ticking.
ability to stay
You know,
awake.
the other thing in this hangar you see are the warlord forces. And across the hangar, you see... I took a big list of notes. You see a man wearing a wide brim hat with 2 feathers sticking out of it, as long as the man's hand, like a complete forearms.
Oh, so those are like, wow, those are like pheasant feathers.
You see another guy wearing fucking shorts as part of his uniform, but no one else is wearing.
They're just different. They're just different Buckies.
There is
How short are the shorts?
They're 8th Army shorts, if you know what I'm talking about.
Hold on.
British. Oh, they're fucked British colonial. They're fucked British colonial shorts.
Some guy is walking around in sandals. Another guy has like a trench raider metal mask welded over his flight suit's like visor. One of them's just wearing a pimp coat, and then you see the man himself, Zikomo Nathans, the bandit.
Oh my
king,
god.
wearing
He's here.
a cape.
He's here tonight.
He's wearing a cape?
Yes.
Please. Comrade Director, I need to know, what is his cape like?
It is a pure black cape, and then there's his very nice gray blue PARS uniform. And
Is it like a black velvet material?
yeah, something to that effect. It's an officer's cape.
It's an emperor's cape.
This motherfucker dripped out like Palpatine.
Wow. Okay.
I imagine he's wearing this. For the viewers at home, this is a cape, a black heavy fabric cape with can't quite tell if that's supposed to be embroidered silver thread or gold thread but it's embroidered with patterns of metallic thread.
And you see the Bandit King happily talking with Comrade Colonel Cabero, slapping him on the back, smiling.
I knew it.
And
I
Jozsua,
knew it.
if you were to say be closer to hear this conversation, they are talking about your excellent work opening up the Cabero route a few months ago, which is from United Communist
I knew
Territory.
Cabero used to be a Nathanist.
Huh? No,
It
he
all
isn't.
tracks.
No, he isn't.
Okay.
Nah,
Boring.
Nathan's is just that kind of freak.
He's just that kind of guy. He's a good
Haha,
hang.
wonderful
Is
to
what
meet
you're
you.
saying.
Slap you on your ass. Good job. Thanks for helping out.
Have you I will remind you, Nathan's before the Second War of Independence was a blue mercenary. They're not normal people.
Okay.
And I feel like now is the excellent time for a break before we enter tonight's
Indeed.
combat
Break?
portion.
Okay. I
Yep.
was about to call it.